Hi and welcome back to my vlog. Today's video I just wanted to show you what I've been making the last month. I've got 5 items to show you, one of which was a little bit of a sewing disaster. I did think about just hiding it away and not making any mention of it, but I think we've all probably had that one pattern that hasn't quite worked out as we'd have hoped it would have before, so I decided I'm going to brave it and I'm going to show you. But first of all, I'll show you a couple of the successes. So first up is what I'm wearing at the moment, which is the Nearly South Bank sweater dress. I'll just stand up so that you can get a better look at it. So this is a really easy pattern to put together. There's 3 different versions on it. I've sewn, I made 2 sweater dresses and one of the sweaters last year. There is also a shorter version, but I haven't made that yet. I'm only 5'2", so I'm not quite sure whether that would suit me, but the dress version I absolutely love. It's a really easy pattern to put together. I'm a size 10 to 12 normally, and I just cut the pattern out straight from size 12 and had no fitting issues at all. The sleeves are putting on the flat, and then you've got the collar, the cuffs, and there is a band at the bottom, if you can just see that, and they're all put in exactly the same method. So yeah, it's a really easy sew. I didn't adjust the length at all, and for me it's just above knee length. Like I said, I'm not very tall, so if you are quite tall you might maybe want to consider lengthening it, but it's all dependent on what kind of length you like to wear your tops at. So that's make number 1. I'll be back in a minute with my next make. Right, next up is the closet case K shirt, which is that pattern there. If you've seen my previous video, you know I've only just made one of these about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I absolutely loved the pattern. I'm not usually a great wearer of shirts, but this is such a great pattern that I knew I wanted to make it again. I also discovered that there's a expansion pack for the sleeves, because on the pattern, I can show you close up, it's actually a short sleeved version on the pattern, which does come in 3 different lengths. So yeah, I wanted to put sleeves on, so I sent off for the PDF pattern. Normally I'm not a great fan of PDFs, I don't particularly like sticking pieces of paper together, but so I would normally send off to have them printed, but this was, I think there was 4 or 5 pieces to stick together, so I just printed off at home, stuck it all together, and that gave me a pattern piece. You don't have to adjust the top at all to add the sleeves, and yeah, I just think it's a really nice alternative to the short sleeves. It's quite a deep cuff, and the only other change that I made, this is the tunic length version, which is version 2. On my other one, which I do love, it's quite a lot longer at the back, but I just wanted a really basic top to put on with jeans really, so I just made that a lot shorter at the back. I did make a slight error on the placket, because it's the fabric looks exactly the same on the inside as it does on the outside, so when I was interfacing the placket I actually did it on the wrong side. So it wasn't until I came to, there's a part in the instructions that talks about the long and short tower for the placket, and I realised that it was actually back to front, so this actually fastens the wrong way over. It should be on the other side, but I really don't think it matters, not for me anyway. It's not something that I don't think most people would look at it and think, oh, you've got your placket on back to front. And yeah, the buttons I just thought would add a bit of colour to an otherwise fairly plain top. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that one. So I'll just go and get changed now and I'll show you my next make. Right, so this is my 3rd make, and this is the one that went a little bit wrong. The pattern is actually the Joni dress out of the Tilly and the Buttons stretch book, which I made one of those in the summer and I absolutely love it. It's really nice fabric, worn it loads. And the fabric, I really like the fabric. It's got a nice kind of sparkle to it, but the fabric and the pattern just, well, they just don't go together. Makes me look, well, puts on a few extra pounds around my waist, and yeah, so it was a bit of a disaster. Quite annoyed with myself really, because I had doubts before I even started as to whether the fabric would be right. I mean, if you look in the book, it clearly states we need, it says try something like viscose jersey, which this is more of a ponte weight fabric, and it says a nice light to medium weight drape in it, and this isn't drapey, so it just, I should have known it wasn't going to work. It would have probably made, there's actually a pattern in the book called the Freya dress, and it would have probably made a really nice Freya, but for some reason I've got this picture in my head of what I wanted it to look like. I was thinking of a nice glitzy bit of sparkle for Christmas, nice flowing dress, and that's the image that I had in my head. And well, yeah, I was really annoyed with myself when I finished it, because I think I'm not quite sure if I can rescue any of the fabric. I am going to try, but the shape of the bottom piece is cut in such a way that I'm not actually sure that I'll have much success of, yeah, saving any of it really. So yeah, that one really annoyed me. It just hangs totally wrong. The top part actually isn't too bad, so maybe I could keep the top part and get just a plain black viscose jersey and attach that instead, but at the moment it's hidden away out of sight in the bottom of the drawer because I don't really want to think about it. So yeah, that's it always pays to take the advice of the pattern with regards to fabric, but I'm still learning, and well, that's a lesson learned there, I think. So yeah, so that was my make number 3, which didn't quite go according to plan. Right, so make number 4 is the Delphine skirt by Tilly and the Buttons. After my previous make, I think I just wanted something that I was confident in making that actually knocked my sewing confidence a bit. So yeah, this is a staple in my wardrobe. I've got about 7 of them, so I know it's a fairly easy thing to sew. But yeah, just really like it. It's got a nice deep waistband. The fabric, if you can see it up close, it's got little birds, and some of them in gold cages, so I think that's really sweet. I just like, I think bright prints like this I just think are nice for simple skirts. It's got an, I didn't show you that one, but it has got an invisible zip at the back, which I don't think I made too bad a job of. And then I've got lining inside. I do like to line them. The instructions for lining aren't actually in Tilly's book, but she has got a good blog post on her site, so I'll drop details of that down in below, and then if anyone wants to have a look at that, it's worth going and checking out. So not really a lot more to say about this one really, just a nice simple skirt pattern. So then I'll just move on to my last make, which I'm not going to try on, but we had a fancy dress party to go to, which was Great Gatsby and Peaky Blinders themed. So I decided to have a go at a flapper style dress. So I'll just show you like that. If anyone wants to find out any more details, I have written a blog post, so I'll drop a link down below for that. But yeah, I was quite pleased with how that turned out. It's got a nice movement to it with all the tassels. It wasn't mega expensive, but it wasn't. I could have probably gone out and bought a dress as cheaply as I made it, because the tassels, I think I needed about 8 metres of it, and they all had to be sewn on. But yeah, I think it's not bad really. The dress pattern, I used Tilly and the Buttons Agnes top as a basis for it, and then I'd seen in the summer LikeSewAmazing has done a good vlog post for the tilly and the buttons, converting it to a vest style t-shirt. So I took that as my basic idea, and I just extended it down, bringing it out to the hips, and just made it into a dress instead. So I was quite pleased with that, and then I just finished it off with just a simple headband really, which is just stretch sequins, a few feathers, and then I just added some little beads just to add something to it really. So that was my attempt at fancy dressmaking, which I didn't think was too bad really. So I think that's about everything I've got to show you this time. So I'll be back probably in a couple of weeks' time, and I'll put a vlog on, and I want to show you. I've got built up quite a pile of fabric, which I'm now trying to work my way through. So I've actually written in a notebook all the fabrics I've got and what I'm planning on making with them. So I'll show you some of those in my next post. Thanks for watching, and if you've enjoyed it, perhaps you could give me a like and maybe subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you.